Hey, are you
Hey.
recording me?
No, shut up. That was someone else.
Oh.
You know how, like, phone lines can get crossed and you just hear things randomly?
Yeah.
Like a voice telling you that you're being recorded? Happens
and
all
that's
the
it?
time. Yeah, that's it. That's like the only thing you ever hear. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I hate this part. Why do I get anxious? I'm not talking to anyone. I'm in my room. Like, I'm alone. But why do I get, like, awkward about saying, hey. Okay. Oh no, stupid. I gotta think of something that's like an intro that I can say every single time so I can just skip this entirely. But
Hey, everybody.
Hey everybody! Today we're going to do something slightly different but also exactly the same. We're going to be doing the JPW chat, but that's not on Perverted Justice, so it's going to be slightly different in that there won't be conviction notes and all that kind of shit. There's no that sort of intro. And the screenshots will look different, but they will look even better because I took this absolute fucking mess of an unformatted chat and I made it look nice and not confusing. Not naming any names, but it was totally shit before. And I can hear you sighing. Anyways, I'm going to be doing it with Joey because apparently I can't do chats without you anymore for some reason. But the reason I'm doing this one with Joey is because Joey, and most people don't know this, but Joey and JPW dated for a while.
Not.
Oh yeah, that's right, you dated Stan. You and JP never had a romantic relationship?
No, not at all.
Oh wow, I guess you are a
No.
one-man man.
Quite platonic.
Oh, alright. I mean, that's not what my fan fiction says, but okay.
Okay.
Okay, so in the screenshots and stuff, it's all blocked out, like what the email was. So I don't actually know what the contributor for this one is. I'm gonna guess it was one of the two gay contributors, because they only did gay chats with gay contributors. So it was either J Alternative or Don Pedro. It might have been Seth Roberts, but I'm pretty sure he didn't start until like 2008, 2009.
I don't know who it was. Xavier would know because I had asked many years ago, I asked Xavier for JPW's chat. And he's like, that should be up. And I said, it's not. So he goes, well, let me check. And he got back to me and he's like, I don't have it because the chat decoy quit as soon as they were done with the chat and they never uploaded it to their server.
Oh, then that's not J Alternative, because he worked there for a lot longer after. I know Don Pedro retired. I don't know if it was right after this one. And I think they had one gay contributor that did like 2 chats total. But since it's not on the site, I wouldn't know, which sucks because I always like to give the contributor whatever. So I'm gonna guess it was probably Don Pedro, but I guess I could just find out who played Luke because that's a common, like that
There's
is
a lot of Lukes.
yeah, I can just look up who Luke was. Editing Morticia, please do that particular work and put it in here. All right. So at least you know most of what happened to him after the sting, so I don't need the conviction notes for this one. I'll just ask you.
Now, JPW stands for Jean-Pierre Wehry. And JPW didn't have a computer, so he went to the local public library and he went on a website that if you look it up on, the Wayback Machine, you can find a screenshot of the website. It's called xy.com.
Oh, God.
And on the, like the what do you call it? Like the homepage, it just says xy.com and there's 2 like young teenage boys holding football.
Oh.
And I think Luke had an ad on xy.com. I don't know what it said, but that's where JPW met. I think it was a picture of him and it said, I want to be a model or something like that. And that's how the conversation started. JPW hit up that person's screen name on xy.com.
Yeah, because like having the original ad would have been helpful because the way the chat starts, it does sound like it just starts mid-conversation, but like obviously he's responding to an ad. But it starts with like, you might just make a good one. Like, good what? But I'm assuming, obviously, modeling, because that's the subject line in the email is about
Right.
modeling. And
So
then that's
since
what they talk
Xavier
about.
didn't have this chat, we got it straight from JPW. We wrote JPW a letter, and in that letter was a letter for him to send to his public defense attorney. And it said, you know, I'm willing to release my discovery pack to these people. Please mail it out. And then he signed it.
It's like,
A week later, we got the chat, and we got a DVD of the sting, and we got a DVD of Dell talking to the assistant DA about JPW.
oh yeah, I listened to that. She explained the fuck up with the call, which
The
we'll
fuck up
talk
with the
about.
call where they had
Yeah.
a girl. Yeah.
We'll talk about that when we get there in the chat, because it'll be very confusing to just read it. Okay, so is there anything else to say before we start?
Let's go.
Okay, you start whenever you... Wait, hold on, I have to work on my male decoy voice. 2005, you said? Petulant teenager?
Yeah, late 2005, like late December, like around Christmas time.
Oh, so almost 2006. That changes it entirely. I need this information.
So
Good
you
Lord.
probably have frosted tips.
Oh, I definitely have frosted tips.
And a Game Boy.
Oh, shit. All right. Wait, Game Boy Color?
No.
No? Okay, I have it. I am in the zone. Go ahead.
You might just make a good one. I'd like to talk to you about that.
Totally up for it. What you want to know?
How old are you? 13? How tall? Weight? I saw you on XY. Are you gay? Being gay is really cool if you are. And would you be adverse to meeting me in town, yet alone?
Yep, I'm 13, but let's say I look older and always getting pimped by guys who want me, but how much money can I make? And is it like Abcrom shit? Which I'm assuming is Abercrombie.
I don't know yet. You haven't told me much to go on. How tall? What built? Do you know what SAG is? Have you ever done it with one of these guys that wanted you? Would you do it with a caring man?
No, only an uncaring man. What is SAG? Where are you? Can I call you?
Stage acting guild. You'll need SAG quality prisons to get a SAG ID. I can do that. Yes, you already have guessed. I'm sure I also would love to get to know you, see where a relationship can go, and make love. That's always good in your second paragraph to somebody.
Yeah,
make
right.
love.
That's how you want to start the conversation. Also, I love that he's like, you need a SAG card. He doesn't know what it stands for. Like, just do a quick, like, make sure, like, come on. You really like me? Peeps say there's big coin in porn. Do you got a pic? I would die to be your boyfriend and be like, rich? Which is not a good boyfriend if you want to be rich. And get all out of here. Can I call you? What's your name? I'm Luke. I don't got lots of pics, but need some. But don't got my own cam. I use my cousin's, but he lives far. What you want to know? Some guys I meet I'd fuck around with, but not lots. But it'd be nice to have a boyfriend who can get me in modeling big time. I would do anything to make the big money. I send you more pics.
You want to send me a couple good nudes? You are one sexy boy. How tall? Give me dimensions, please. If I had a wish, I would love to bless you and everything else, as well as cuddle, and photo you for SAG Photo ID, and go from there.
I wish I had X pics, but don't got a cam. That's my cousin's, and he lives far away. Will you take some for me? You didn't say if you got a pic of you I can see. I'm 5'7", 120 pounds. My cock is 5, but I'm still growing. What's your name, and can I call you? Will you send me your pic? Where are you from?
I can and will take the pics if you want. Don't have pics of me at the moment. The fire at the last place, well, they don't exist anymore. You can't send me a few nudes? I'm in L.A. Los Angeles. You? I don't know well. Hold on. Send me a number where I can reach you now. I'll call Luke, right? Mike here. Nice to meet you. Of course, how could I know you're not a cop or working for them or trying to fuck with me or get me busted?
I love when they finally have that moment of like, oh, wait. I should probably ask this. Which also, why do they ask? As if a cop's going to be like, beans.
Because they all follow the Jeff Stacy rule. Or his druggy friend told him.
Yeah.
They have to say they're a cop. Cops are not allowed to lie.
Of course not. Cop? No, I swear I'm not. I told you I want to be a model and get with a boyfriend. I can't say boyf. Get with a boyf. Sorry.
There's a girth and a boy.
There's a girth and a boyf. And those are the two genders. Sorry. Whew. And get with a boyf who wants me more than just sex. I swear, I'll do what you say if you like me, but I don't got no X pics of me. But if you got a cam, I want some of me. I just don't got a cam. I'm in Miraloma and it sucks. My dad is off all week and driving me freak, but I was going to sneak out to call you. How do you know model peeps?
Well, I'll get the cam. You're right about, but that requires style and ability. I can check out both and tune you up where you need.
What?
Tune you up so you're ready for porn and make that
Is he
big
a car?
Yeah, you just can't go out there like, oh, you gotta get tuned up.
Of course.
Does it have to be a boy? I mean, but I like you want to help. Will, where exactly is M. Loma? You have a phone?
He writes like he already has dementia.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he keeps forgetting that there's like a backspace, and he just types as he's thinking. Well, no, wait, well, maybe. It's Riverside, and I got a cell, but I'm grounded from grades. But get back Tuesday for school in case emergency, so you can call me on it then, but my dad's got it now. I am totally pissed. Like, need grades when I'm gonna be a model? He's a fucktard. I'd be glad when he takes off Friday with the slut to Vegas.
Nice. Dad's going to Vegas with a slut. Doesn't care that his kid's grounded for grades.
I want to go with his dad.
Back.
That sounds like a rad vacation.
Here you go, Luke. Your phone's back. I'm taking the slut to Vegas.
I met her yesterday at a convenience store.
Don't let any 48-year-old fucking weirdos over while I'm gone.
Will do, but just make sure they have no priors.
Wait, Dad only?
Yeah, my mom is in Michigan, but when I go there, I gotta stay with my grandma because the judge won't let her around me lest someone else is there.
Too bad you can't get out now and slip down to Cleveland. I could talk to you. And 5 in my mouth would go a long way.
Ugh.
You could sneak out late tonight or tomorrow?
Oh, God. 5 in my mouth would go a long way. What does that mean? Go a long way?
If you don't know what it means, then you're not ready for it yet, then.
Is he saying he has a really shallow mouth?
Maybe he's like, if you have 5 in my mouth, it would go a long way for me to get you that SAG card.
Oh, probably.
Like, that's a good start. Yeah. It's a good start.
We can start. You mean the SAG card, the stage acting guild? The Guild?
The Guild.
The Guild? I think it's French. He would know. Wait, you just playing me for a fuck, or is the modeling deal, like, real? I'm totally grounded because of my report card. My dad thinks I'm on here doing stuff for school now. Wah. Dumb fucktard he be.
You're too smart to get me wrong now. You are a real...
What does that mean?
You're too smart to get me wrong now.
Obviously.
You're a really cute 13-year-old, and I love what I saw. I need to see you in person and see what you were wanting when you're offline. Also, you talked about porn. By the way, why wouldn't I want to see and taste your beautiful body?
Ugh.
Make love to you? You are a gorgeous 13-year-old gay boy. I want to have sex. I already said that. I also want to help you get your SAG card and on the road to a cool career in modeling.
I want to taste your beautiful body is like the most horrible thing you can say.
Now, peeps porn, is that with the little marshmallow chickens?
Yes, and you do not want to know where they put them.
Oh, I thought it was like people like dressed like them. Like it's like furries, but you're like marshies.
No.
Like, there's a whole subset of furries called marshies, and they dress like peeps.
Honestly, that wouldn't shock me in the slightest.
Right? And then some of them are peeps, some of them are like s'mores. You know, there's like all different kinds of like of this subsection of the furries.
It's like all marshmallow based.
All marshmallow based.
Yeah, I think I would be a whoopie pie.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just want to know and be up. I want a boyfriend and I want a model. I don't care how. I just want out of here. Like, what do you do? Are you like a model scout? And is there more coin in porn or like real shit? How you know all this?
I am a promotional photographer. have done such promotions as kindergarten cops and some porno, gay porno films. I want to shoot shots that'll promote you. I want to do the SAG shots for you and get them in so you can have your SAG card, which you, if you're ever going to model, real modeling is good to great pay. Might even land you an acting career. So is porn. Porn is more fun if you see what I mean. When you say you want to be different, do you want to have you inside me or both? Can I taste your nut? Will you suck me? That's what porn is. Lots of all-day sex. How can I promote someone I never had lots of hot sex with?
And you can tell, like, I mean, obviously he's talking to a child who wouldn't know, but if you're an adult, any adult that thinks porn is literally just having sex all day, like, knows, like, number one, doesn't have most of a brain, and number two, has, like, just no idea how porn shoots actually are. Like, come on, you really think that they just fuck around all day? It's not like setting up shots and, like, everyone's standing around sweaty. It smells like lube and ass. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, what she said.
What I said.
But I'll tell you, that's why he got the 2 charges of attempted sodomy with a minor. he got charged. He got 3 charges out of this. He got like attempted lewd and lascivious acts with a minor, and then 2 counts of attempted sodomy with a minor. And he appealed it, and they knocked off one of the counts. But they charged him with 2 counts because he said, "Do you want to have me inside you or you inside me?" Right? That's 2 counts.
It was just, this is a weird tangent. I'll probably cut this out, but like, sodomy laws have always been so confusing to me. Even when I was like a teenager and I first found out that they were even a thing, like, it was so confusing to me that the government can tell you what hole you're allowed to use when you have sex. Like, what? How would they know? He's so confused about it.
Yeah, well, the other holes are unholy holes. Like,
well,
God
yeah.
only wants the vagina. The other holes are like satanic holes.
Yeah, which is also crazy because the 2 biggest groups of people who do butt sex are gay men and Catholic women. The poop hole loophole.
Yeah, well, that's the Catholic women are doing it for the poop hole loophole.
Yeah, which, does that make it okay? Or is that still Satan's hole?
If Jesus doesn't see it, it's okay. Like, Jesus has got his eye on the vagina, and he doesn't have an eye on what's going back there because it's dirty.
Yeah, he's...
See it. As long as you're not fucking talking about it online, he's not going to know.
Yeah, as long as you still have your hymen, like, Jesus is not going to know anything about what you're doing in the bedroom.
Right. Jesus doesn't pay attention to the butt.
No. Thank God there isn't a hymen in your ass.
Quote of the day.
Yeah, right. Sometimes I'm like just saying things that make sense in context, and then like after a second,
thank God there's no hymen up the ass.
Yeah, and that just come out of my own mouth. But I just said that with the only human mouth I'll ever have. Man, I wish you had a pick, and you can do what you want to me, so you know I am good and can do it all. I swear I am awesome. I gotta go. My time is up. Laters.
You are awesome. Let's get together so we can see what you're really wanting me to promote. Remember, I cannot promo you anything till we talk and porn, till I know how good you are. And are you willing to get better trained and make big cash?
As if porn is predicated on whether you're good at fucking or not.
Like, I'm thinking of, like, the movie Rocky where they have that whole montage of them training. And, like, the mix is like, catch that chicken, Rock. You need to be strong and fast. Kid. And JPW's like, come on, Luke. You can make better coin in porn than that. Do it. And he's out there, like, stretching his butt out or something like that. No, people, come on, Luke. Come on.
I'm not giving your name to any of the big porn houses until you can get a whole fist up there, Luke. Come on.
And they're playing like uplifting music. Dun, 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 dun.
He's got like a sweatband on. And he's like staring down like a banana. He's like, you gotta get it all the way to the stem, kid.
All the way. And he gets deeper and deeper as the montage goes on until the end. And then he and JPW like high five. And then the camera freezes on them and dissolves into the porn shoot. You did it, Luke.
Luke,
yeah.
I'm so proud of you, Luke.
Now go take that load like a champ.
sleep lots. I'm so boned. You can hook me. You can hook me. I don't know. I guess, all right.
You can hook me.
Yeah, it sounds like the intro to the song. You can hook me and start making coin and get my own shit so no one can take or say no when they get all freaking pissy. Wow, this is really hard to read. It's really upsetting that this is harder to read than JPW is. My dad is still sleeping, so I got a bit here. Don't know if you're up yet. Please hit me up if you're here.
Hey. What?
It sounded exactly like the way you yell hey at me when I answer the phone. Hey!
Hey.
Made me laugh.
Hey, I use library computer, and it's not going to be available till Tuesday morning. Please write till then. Yet no, I'll not read it till Tuesday. You're going to do great. Just remember, nothing worthwhile happens overnight. Let's work through this together. Let's make coin with your great looks and abilities. Can we get together this next week? Plus, we'll get you and I to a middle point where we can talk in person and in private. Let me know.
I thought you said you were going to write me on Tuesday, but I didn't get nothing. Did you find someone better? Please don't forget me.
Sorry about the confusion. You are first and foremost on my mind, wishing you were on my body.
Ugh.
And we were working on your SAG card. Take care, and let me know how you and I might get together and...
Just got home from school. My dad is going to Vegas with Daho on Friday. You want to come over?
So, thought I wouldn't. He's leaving you alone?
He always leaves me. No biggie. So you wanna? Why you not talking lots? You don't like me no more? What did I say?
First, let me say that I really like you. I am wondering if I am falling in love with you. I want to meet, talk, and I want you to end up a happy guy, and I want to make love. Talk to me. What's your number? I can be there tomorrow. How will I know how you look? Tell me how to find you. And when I spot you, I'll intro myself. Say, you know that I don't have time to shit you. I want for you what you want. I also want to be your man lover. I need to feel safe, and I want to be with you. I want you to tell me what stop the bus needs to, and since I'll be taking bus to you, you need to know that what it can do needs to be between us and no other. Not because it will be bad, but because it will be people that will make it like shit for both of us. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Where tomorrow? What time? What will you wear? And I'll recognize you and discreetly get your attention. Cool? Love.
I am dying. What time do you want to come over? My dad's plane goes at 11 in the morning, but a bus don't come here. It's like 2 miles up on Limonite. What time you come, Luke?
I'll be there as close to 11 as possible, so I will need your number so that I can call you when I am near the bus stop. I will look for you, and we will discreetly go to your room and talk. And we'll talk about whatever pops up and stimulates you into whatever you want. So I will need exact bus stop near your place as I get off, and I'll walk towards your street. So you also tell me how to get to your bed from there. Love, Mike.
So you be here at 11? My house? I'm waiting. Where are you?
At the bus stop. You tell me to plus I must walk from there to where? See what I mean? Send me the address and direction from the bus stop. What you look like, since you'll meet me part way. Alone in the bus stop, I must get off in order to get to you. Mike.
My house is address redacted. But no bus come here and is like 2 miles from bus. But my dad takes cabs when he go to airport and they come here, so why not take cab? You gonna bring your cams so we can do model pics?
I was thinking it is much better to... This is why I mentioned fucking commas. And space bars. I was thinking it is much better to have get to know each other time. I may not have that kind of cash till later. Camera will be burdensome in a day of you getting to know me, my love. When does Dad come home? Send me the bus stop nearest you. I can walk 2 miles easily. You love me? Is it okay if I love you? If I want to care for you as my love?
I found this, but I don't know lots about buses. So, you're saying you're not coming at 11 tomorrow now? I want to have a boyfriend to love and help me and take care of me and not be alone. You gonna come? I don't get it.
Love, can I spend the night with you? I am coming to you tomorrow, and I will try for 11. What is the main streets near you? I love you, Luke, and I want to sleep with you, and you and me, and I want to wake you up in the morning. Luke, my love, I need major cross streets. This is so I can route myself properly. Will your dad be gone all weekend? You know what an emancipated minor is?
Yikes.
I'll be there for you from the moment you put your hand in mine to your being and tongue kiss me as your lover.
Gross. I'm like by Hamner and Schleisman, but like I think the bus stop's at Limonite. This is like 2 miles from me. We still gonna do it all, and you get here at 11? You're so nice. I want to talk now.
Thank you for the street. Is your dad gone all weekend? Is it safe for me to sleep with you and eat? Please know that we must meet at a public place like McDonald's. You lead me to your house. See, he knows. He knows it could be a thing.
Yeah. He also knows, as we all know, cops can't go to McDonald's. They're not allowed there.
No.
Mm-mm. I don't know how I get there. It is far, and I'm scared to walk on the main road. When can you call me? Where are you? I'm sitting waiting and no email. What do I do?
Wait, so Luke is scared to walk on a main road, but he's all open to fucking being a porn star?
Well, yeah, because listen, JPW, we know him. He is a very safe man, and he's in love with Luke, and he wants to care for him and hold his hand and get him SAG card.
And tongue kiss him like a lover.
And wants to be in him and him and him. And then me and him. And then maybe you come in at some point. Like, these are all things that we can trust JPW. Who knows what kind of crazy people are out there walking on the main roads to McDonald's.
All right, point taken.
Thank you.
Sorry. I had a near accident that has greatly delayed me. I still need to know how you'll be dressed so I can recognize you from a distance when you give me the number.
Call me now. Luke, was that you that called? You calling back? Janet went home now. You want to explain the call now?
Oh, okay. So Luke gave JPW's number, and I guess he told the phone verification person that JPW was calling. It's a different person than the chat decoy. They had a phone decoy. So JPW calls the phone decoy, and the phone decoy thought that JPW was coming for a girl, so she answered it with her regular, with her girl voice. And JPW kind of freaked out and hung up. And the phone decoy told the chat decoy, "Hey, you just hung up on me. Was I supposed to be a boy?" And they're like, "Shit, yeah." So the chat decoy called and was like, "Oh, that was my friend Janet, and she was just fucking around. Like, she picked up the phone and pretended she didn't know me." And they saved it.
Yeah, like with stuff like this, if you're already worried that it's a sting and something like this happens, also the fact that she called back and just used her male voice and he was like, "Yeah, this is a different person." Like, come on.
First, you know they can't risk prison. I would be locked up forever. And you have a friend? And he's wanting to be sucked by me too?
What?
I don't know. I became afraid. You didn't seem to know that I was calling.
Dude, chill. It was a girl from school, and she needs my notes because we got project due, and I was outside for a sec. I don't know why she answered my phone. I yell at her, "Call me back." The cat got out, and I had to go chase it. Call me now.
Count to 60 and redial my number, and please be alone. I'm going to say that to everybody I call now.
Yeah, right.
Call. Hey, Mom. Count to 60 and redial my number, and please be alone.
No cops, be alone. No girls, be alone.
No cops. What will you be wearing when I get there? How are you doing? Can I come and you meet me in a burger place? Can I still come over? Please answer me now. Will you meet me at Burger, please? I need you to answer now. Well, Mike.
Can't you just come here?
Sure. Remind me of the address now and tell me again of Cross Street and what does house look like so I can recognize from a distance. You love me. When does Dad come home? I want to love you and see you. I don't know what you look like, but you are so cool and nice on the phone when you want to come over. Leaving in about half an hour for you. When does your dad come home? What is address again? What's street corners again? Write an answer. All I need them now. He's getting all worked up.
Yeah, he's having a fucking panic attack. Where are you coming from so I can kind of tell you how long it take for you to get here?
You have refused to tell me when your dad is returning. Write me now. Tell me when he's returning and tell me your phone number. Don't forget address and cross street.
My dad don't get back till like 9 on Sunday. You got my digits. Hamner and Schleitzman, which turns into Riverboat.
I am on my way. No way of telling how long, but keep a light on. I am leaving now. He's like, I'm going to go discover America. There's no way to tell how long it will take, but leave the light on. One day, I'll be there. I love you, and I am leaving. I'll call you soon. Be there, please. Love, Mike. Oh, I don't think we talked about this, but Michael was his middle name. He didn't like his first name, Jean-Pierre, and so he went by Mike, which was his middle name.
Which is crazy. Like, why wouldn't you use Jean-Pierre? It's obviously the superior name.
Man, Mike is more like a common, everybody was named Mike. Jean-Pierre was a goofy French name.
I don't know. I would absolutely, if I had some goofy French name, I would use that to my advantage.
Okay.
Anyways, I am loath to admit this, but usually when I do a chat, I watch their segment first. I did not watch his first because I figured I was just going to ask you questions.
Okay.
So what happens, like, when he gets to the Sting house and then, like, after and stuff?
So he gets there, and there's a screen door. He's like the kitchen, like the back door around back, and there's a kitchen. And he stands outside, and he does the pedo whistle. He's like, he's like some Native American, like, signaling before they attack the settlers, right? They're doing like bird noises. So he does this whistle, and Dell's like, yeah, come on in. And he whistles again. And then he comes in, and he's wearing a backpack. And you find out later he's got a floppy disk with one picture of porno on it and a thing of milk in his backpack.
Oh, the essentials.
And he's wearing like a paleontologist hat.
Oh yeah, he had that Indiana Jones ass hat on.
So he barges through the screen door. I don't know how the screen door doesn't break, but he like pushes it open and then kind of pushes the rest of the way with his body. And he's kind of sweaty. Like you can tell, like he's walked uphill for like 2 miles, and he's looking a little bit sweaty. And he's got the backpack, and he's got headphones around his neck, and he's wearing the paleontologist hat. And then there's like a cat gate from the kitchen to the rest of the house. Mm-hmm. And he steps over the cat gate, like hurrying his way upstairs. Shit. And then Chris jumps out of nowhere in his kitchen. He's like, get over here. Pierre, come back here. And JPW has the deer in the headlights look now. Because he knows, like, this is his third strike, and he knows he's fucked.
Yeah.
And that's why he just does the crazy story and never gives in. Like, Chris is always good at, and like everybody else will tell a good story. And Chris is like, just tell me the flat lie. Why don't you just tell me the truth? And he does that to JPW too. And he's like, well, what's the real story going to get me? I'm just here for a job.
I mean, true.
And he uses the name John Pedersen, which we think is the American nation of his name, Jean-Pierre. Jean-Peter. So that's where the John Pedersen comes from. But what's his name was in the news at the time? Scott Pedersen, for murdering his wife, his pregnant wife. Remember that?
Yeah.
In California? Like, that was going on at the time, so everybody knew the name Scott Pedersen. And Chris is like, so who's Scott Pedersen? And so Jean-Pierre changes it over to Scott Pedersen. because Chris used Scott instead of John Pedersen. So when it's finally over and the cameras come out, JPW says, this is really weird. He puts his hat on and he walks back out the door. And then the cops, get him, and he puts his arms up and they lead him over. And then they interrogate him. There's like a table, like a big plastic table, like in the driveway. Yeah. And Dan Allen is handcuffed at one end of the table. And then JPW at the other end. And JP is like, I know I have to talk to the police, but I don't have to do it without a lawyer, and I don't have to do it in front of these guys. And he points at the camera. And then there's a picture of him in the back of the police car as he's being, driven away. But he, of course, never made bail. So that was his last time, out as a free man. When he started getting driven away at the thing. Yeah. And he got sentenced to 3 years of 5 years to life, and on appeal it got reduced to 2 counts or 2 sentences of 25 years to life. But in 2017, California, which is suffering from a real high overpopulation of prison. They want to get people out of prison over there. They changed the law on Proposition 57. People voted it. That said your third strike, where you get put away for life, will be reduced if your third strike is not serious or violent. And attempted, and I'm not a lawyer, but I've looked this up, attempted sexual assault, as far as California law goes, is not considered a serious crime or a violent crime. Well,
Oh my God.
Well,
yeah, but Jesus.
I mean, it's still a crime, but it's not it's still a felony, but it's not considered a serious or violent felony. And his sentence should be reduced to 2 times the maximum sentence for that crime. And we did the math on it, and which meant 16 years, which meant by 2022 he can be released.
Mm-hmm.
And all he has to do is get a lawyer and say, listen, my client, should be out by, with 16 years, and he can get out. But he never did that. And in fact, in 2022, they brought him up for parole, and he had a parole hearing, and he wrote the parole board and said, I don't want to attend the parole hearing. I don't want to be released early.
Which I think makes sense, honestly. I mean, he's old as shit. He's been in there for forever. What's he gonna do when he gets out? Look for employment and find a place to live? Like, I mean, what's he gonna do? Like, it makes sense to me.
But like everybody he knows is either, well, his mentor, like the guy he lived with, is the psychiatrist that he lived with when he was younger, has died, and his ex-wife wants nothing to do with him, and his family doesn't want anything to do with him because his mother had died while he was in prison, and they did a obituary with lots of pictures and like a whole story about her life, and they didn't mention JPW at all.
Really?
And he's seen that obit. He was very sad that he wasn't mentioned one bit in it.
Why did I say, oh, like I care about his feelings?
Right? But he had a rough life. He had a tough life.
Yeah, and he caused other people to have a tough life too. So you get what you pay for.
But he was living in a halfway house thing. He'd only been out for like 4 or 5 or 6 months.
Wow.
From prison.
Really?
And he was living in a halfway house. And that's why he, didn't have any computer or smartphone or, really anything.
What had he been in for?
He for that case, it was failure to register as a sex offender. And what happened was, well, I'll give you just a brief rundown of his criminal history. Is when he was a kid, when he was like a teenager, he brought 2 girls over to his house and had sex. And I guess they all fell asleep, and the parents came and saw everything, and JPW got arrested and brought to a juvenile center. And when he was at the juvenile center, and I don't think he was convicted of any charges for having sex with the 2 girls. He was like 14 and they were like 12 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I guess it was considered, kids, kids, and it wasn't a crime. But while he was at the detention center, he was saying like there was lots of, older tough guys, but there was like some really young kid in there that was scared. So JPW decided to teach that kid how to suck dick.
Oh yeah, that's what you want to do.
And he got caught doing that, so he got charged with that, and he spent a few years in like a juvenile detention center. And then he got out and lived with, I think it was his grandfather, who was French, and he bought a rifle and hid it from his grandfather, and then he was doing a lot of drugs, and he was outside with his rifle, and he thought he saw somebody climbing over his backyard fence, so he shot at the apparition that he saw, and the bullet went like across 2 streets and hit some guy in the neck that was pumping gas.
Oh my God.
And the guy lived.
Holy shit.
He got charged with, reckless assault and stuff like that, and he got a couple of years in prison for that. And then he got out, and he was a prostitute, and he was also selling crack to like college kids. And I don't think he was a good crack dealer because he seemed to be hanging out with these college kids all the time, and I think he was just giving them like free crack in order to hang out with them. And then there was one girl that like was from out of town, and nobody wanted to drive her to the airport, so he volunteered to drive her to the airport by himself. And of course, he drove back to his house, had sex with her, and then drove her to the airport. And she cried the whole way back to the airport, and he knew what was going to happen. And sure enough, like a few hours later, the police came and arrested him for raping her. And he got a few years in prison for that. and was a sex offender. And he found religion then and was auditing, not really officially enrolled, but he was going to classes, I think at Claremont College in theology. And he met and he was, in his maybe early mid 30s or probably late 30s by this time. And this young, like early 20s girl from like Nebraska, was in one of the classes, and they fell in love, and then they ended up getting married. And that's why he uses her last name. The Wiltsey name was her last name, and I think he's using it to hide from the sex offender registry. And he never told her that he was a sex offender. And I guess, in the late 90s, early 2000s, like it wasn't that easy just to look up sex offenders, like it is now.
Yeah.
And they moved to Ohio. I want to say like Cincinnati area, but it was in Ohio somewhere, definitely Ohio. They moved there, and he got a job at a pharmacy, and like after working there a few days, the cops picked him up for failure to register as a sex offender, and he sat in jail for a couple of weeks until he was shipped back to Los Angeles, and then he got like 4 years in prison for failure to register. And then he got out like 6 months or 4 months or whatever it was before the sting. And the wife had left him while he was, arrested.
Yeah, I bet that was uncomfortable for her to find out.
Mm. And so he was in, what was it? He was in some kind of penal, like he was in like a mid-security prison near the Nevada border. It was like an hour from like Bakersfield, like in the middle of nowhere. And it was a place where like they send the prisoners out to like help fight forest fires because they're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, shit.
And a few years back, he got moved to San Luis Obispo, closer to the coast. And he's still in like a medium security prison. It's kind of like Orange is the New Black kind of prison. Like they're in bunks. Like they're in like pods and like dorms. So it's not like 2 in a cell. It's like, 30 people bunking, like summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
And he was also, when he was in the place near Nevada, he was very Christian and, was learning Christian stuff. And the main preacher there was Tex Watson.
Oh, shit, really?
Yep.
That's so cool.
And I guess he had a big following out there, and JPW learned at the feet of Tex Watson, of all people.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean, why not? And he's still there today?
And he's still there to this day, as far as I know.
And he is still alive, right?
He's still alive, as far as we know.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know, like, any of that shit. Like, what a wild life he's had.
And he says he was, when he was younger, before there was, Asperger's had like a name. He was considered, like somebody said, you have this kind of thing that they later said was Asperger's. So he was unofficially diagnosed with Asperger's. He also said in a psych report that he was, one doctor said he was schizophrenic, but he doesn't think he's schizophrenic. And when I talked to him years ago, he said that he had early onset dementia. But he sounded basically like he does at the Sting House, like he can't, or in the chat log. Like he doesn't follow conversation. He's not good at talking to people. He can't really listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, like some of the calls that you have sent me that you had with him, like it is, I don't know how you kept your shit together. Like it's so frustrating listening to it because you'll like ask a direct question and it's not even that long. Like, where are you? And he will talk about absolutely nothing, everything but that.
And he can't really hear. And, the prison is noisy. Like you can hear the background noise.
Yeah.
In there. And he usually ended the call with, shit, I gotta go, bye. Like that. Like some guy was coming up, like, I'm using the phone now, Gene. Okay, bye. He would just hang up really quick.
It's interesting that he, like, even agreed to talk to you, honestly. But
no, he was so lonely. Like, nobody has written him or anything, so I wrote him a letter. He wrote me this big letter back. Like, please, blah, blah, blah. I'll call you and write me more, write me a real long one. Like, he was, like, desperate to talk to anybody.
Oh, my God.
Because imagine being in there for, when I started talking to him, he had been in there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And, he never talked to anybody on the outside, no friends, no family. And he filed a bunch of lawsuits while he was in prison, too. None of them went anywhere. He filed one that said the guards were keeping him up on purpose by jangling their keys against the bars and things like that and making noise all night long.
Yeah, probably.
And so he was going insane because he couldn't sleep. And he filed one that said he was autistic, which meant he was retarded. He actually said retarded, and retarded people can't be convicted of crimes. And then he wrote one that said the independent riders, which were a gang of Mexi-Americans that would roam the protective custody and take care of sex offenders. They met him in the shower, and like 3 or 4 guys surrounded him, and so they all wanted blowjobs. So he blew one guy, but then the guards came in and broke it up.
Were any of them the Mexican that he met on the bus?
He didn't say. He didn't say. But they were the independent riders.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, at least he got to suck some dick. Like, good for him.
And he worked in the kitchen with his boyfriend at the prison.
He had a boyfriend?
He had a young black man, and they would have sex when it got slow in the kitchen. They'd go into a closet and have some sex.
Well, then why was he so lonely if he had a boyfriend?
I can't tell you.
I guess you do still need friends, even if you've met the love of your life. Yeah, I guess.
And there's a YouTuber that was in prison with him for a little while. Wasn't in on any kind of sex crime or anything like that, but spent like a year or 2 in prison with Wehry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I talked to him a few times about it.
Who haven't you talked to?
Jeff Sokol. I've talked to Jeff Sokol.
Oh, yeah, you should work on that.
I didn't see him in person, though.
Wait, what?
I went to his sentencing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like you walked past him at one point.
Well, I was standing right behind him. I was sitting right behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't meet him in public. I knew he was going to be there.
I see. Okay.
And he had the same lawyer. He had the same lawyer that the guy from InfoWars, Alex, what's his name?
Jones.
InfoWars. Alex Jones had. When Alex Jones was in court and it was on TV every day about the shooting of the little kids in Connecticut.
Sandy Hook?
Sandy Hook. Because he kept saying it was all fake, and they told him to stop, and he didn't stop, and then they, fined him and said, like, you have to stop, and made him sign this thing, and then he still didn't stop, and then they sued him for like $1 billion, and they won. And that was Sokol's lawyer was the same lawyer that Alex Jones had.
Oh, shit. So, it's just his whole career is defending pieces of shit. Okay. I mean, Alex Jones is probably worse than Jeff Sokol, but just by sheer damage done.
You're turning the frogs gay.
They're turning the frickin' frogs gay.
I mean, listen, I've always wondered, what is wrong with gay frogs? Why can't the frogs be gay?
Same with the Teletubbies. Like, it causes weather issues. Like, the hurricane seasons are worse. The more, like, gay Teletubbies there are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And the same thing with the frogs control the weather? Are they Jewish?
No, but like kids like frogs, and then God gets mad.
Oh, okay.
And creates more hurricanes.
Okay, so it's God doing this. Seems like God needs to have like other things to worry about. Does God know about like childhood cancer and stuff like that? Has anyone told him?
God's really upset about the poophole loophole.
He was mad that we
found out about that, and he's really mad that they're using that against him.
He was like,
shoot. Like he didn't have he didn't close that loophole, the poophole loophole. He left it wide open.
I knew I should have given you guys
There should have been like an extra fun hole, like in your arm. Just like a fun hole. Do whatever you want with it.
This one's just for funsies.
Right. You want to bring your friend over and he can stick his weird appendage in your armhole? Like nobody gets pregnant. Like nothing happens. It's just a fun hole.
It'd be great. So do you want to wrap this up, or you want to keep talking about cryptid erotica with me?
Cryptid.
The thing is, I'm going to cut out all of that conversation that we just had about it, and I'm just going to leave in, do you want to wrap this up? Or keep talking about cryptid erotica with me? It's going to be very funny to me.
No.
What? Do you say don't?
Don't. This is
very fun. This is very funny.
Stuff here.
This is very funny to me. And so, you can edit it if you want, but if I edit it, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because that's extremely funny to me.
So anyway, JPW is still in prison. And either he gets out or he won't.
Unless they force him out. Can they force him out?
You sure can. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if, since his sentence says he has to be in there. Like, if it was, I don't know. I didn't know. But, yeah, unless they force him out, I assume he's going to die in there. I think if they try to force him out, maybe he'll just kill himself in there.
I don't know.
I would say that's probably likely.
He's got to be, I think, in his around 67 now? 66, 67, somewhere like that?
I thought he'd be older than that.
You know, he's got really no job skills, and he's got mental health issues, and, you know, who knows, he may have physical health issues.
Yeah.
You know, he's not going to do good on the outside.
No.
Like, I don't think he can get a job anywhere.
Well, no, and he's too old at this point. Who's going to hire, like, a 67-year-old felon with dementia?
Well, Jacob's dementia, and he could get a job bagging groceries or working at McDonald's or something like that. The dementia, though, is going to kind of hurt.
Yeah, that one's not going to be great. It's really hard to train people with dementia.
Yeah, they keep forgetting.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about JPW?
No, ma'am.
So that happened. That was indeed a chat log. You're welcome for it. Sorry about the audio quality. It's mostly Joey's fault. And when I say mostly, I mean completely Joey's fault.
Whatever.
You were extremely unprofessional is all I'm saying. I don't know why I keep recording with you.
Because your mom's checks don't bounce.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the fiction that we're only friends because people...
Joey, I want you to talk to Morticia on a chat log. I'll put an extra $5 in your payment this month.
And you need it.
Yes, Morticia's mom. Thank you.
You're like, that $5 is going to pay my rent. So, yeah, that's the end. Fuck off, you filthy animals.
That's rude.
Well, I was talking to them, not you.
Oh, that's so rude.
Well, I was talking to you.
What?
Yeah, filthy animals.
Thank you, dear listener, for spending an hour learning about Jean-Pierre Wehry and his really weird chat log. And Morticia appreciates it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
On
the Morticia channel.
the Morticia and Joey show.
Joey and Morticia show.
It's my channel.
Yeah, but I'm like the special guest star.
Well, okay, so on the Morticia channel featuring Joey.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Joey featured on the Morticia channel.
No, the thing is your name
like,
isn't never
is this my contract though? My name always has to be on top.
There's a contract. You signed that with my mom, not me. I am not beholden to such contracts.
All right.
Okay, that's the end.